Teaches broke in a Republican group Trump. Donald, in addition to ordering Trump to pay $355 million in damages, which would have escalated to almost $464 million with interest. Engoron's February verdict also prohibited Trump from holding a director position in any New York-based business for the following 3 years. The final line of the Lincoln Project film is, "Everything you have ever constructed was based on deception. You never achieved success or wealth. You are the object of New York's constant ridicule, and this is now well acknowledged. Bankrupt, ruined, and the main loser." Trump's legal team stated in a court document dated March 18 that posting the $464 million bond was practically impossible for him to do and recommended that it be lowered to $100 million. Despite scouring the market, we have been unsuccessful in our effort to obtain a bond for the judgment amount for defendants for the simple reason that obtaining an appeal bond for $464 million is a practical impossibility under the circumstances presented, the statement stated. Democratic Representative Sean Casten of Illinois claimed in a post on X that Trump poses a massive national security risk as he seeks a second term in office due to his financial troubles. The presumed Republican presidential nominee is desperate for $464 million and counting, which he cannot personally access, the author said. He poses an enormous risk to national security just by virtue of that alone. Any foreign foe attempting to purchase a president is aware of the consequences. In the civil fraud action, Trump has consistently denied any misconduct and maintained that, if anything, his assets were undervalued. Additionally, Donald Trump may have to sell some of his properties in order to raise the substantial sum required to pay the bond as the deadline of March 25 draws nearer. It is becoming more likely that the Attorney General of New York will begin to seize and liquidate his assets. However, even the sale of his renowned Mar-a-Lago luxury resort in Florida wouldn't be sufficient to support him. The former president encountered insurmountable difficulties to raise the bail of more than $464 million he owes to New York State in a civil fraud lawsuit brought by Letitia James, according to a court filing on Monday from Trump's attorneys. The former president attempted to raise the money from at least 30 private companies and spent countless hours negotiating with one of the largest insurance companies in the world, according to the lawyers. However, he was not successful. In a statement, Trump claimed that the bonding companies have never heard of such a bond of this size before. Todd Landman, a political science professor in the University of Nottingham School of Politics and International Relations, suggested that Trump consider selling up his capital holdings in order to raise the funds required to pay the bond. However, this is currently a less than optimal course of action. Because of the urgency of selling an item quickly, there is a chance that it will fetch a price that is less than optimal, he stated. This means that the total money generated from the liquidation of capital assets would be much lower than the sale price. Landman stated that Trump could sell his properties in New York and Chicago, but that, as a point of pride, brand, and psychology, Mar-a-Lago would be last in the list of assets under consideration. Brad Hunter of real estate market research and consulting firm Hunter Housing Economics added, Mar-a-Lago is a highly valuable piece of property, but it is not valued highly enough to cover that entire obligation. Research from Hunter Housing Economics indicates that throughout the previous 12 months, the number of multimillion-dollar house transactions in the community of Palm Beach has decreased. Mar-a-Lago is a unique gem, spanning 17 acres from the Intracoastal Waterway to the Atlantic Ocean. I think it's worth $375 million, Hunter remarked. Since that is a specialized area of the market, it can take a while to find a buyer and receive those proceeds, he said. The search for that buyer could take months or even a year or longer, as there are very few people in the world with the resources to purchase a home like that. Even in that case, the net proceeds would not reach the $464 million target. If the property were marketed for less than this $375 million amount, the period on the market might be shortened. It's difficult to assess Mar-a-Lago's worth because it's not for sale, and the Trump family has never stated that they want to list it. The average Palm Beach property has increased by 180% since 1996, according to Ken Johnson, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs and Real Estate Economist at Florida Atlantic University, and Mar-a-Lago has probably outperformed that increase. Johnson made the statement in late 2022. The state's attorney general would be able to begin collecting on the money that Trump owes the state as a result of James' lawsuit if he is unable to provide a financial guarantee by next Monday. Judge Arthur Engoron, who is presiding over the case, gave Trump an order in February to pay $355 million, plus interest, for misrepresenting the value of his properties in order to get better terms from banks and insurers. He also forbade him from holding senior positions in any New York company for a period of 3 years.